Hi, my name is Joanne Horton. I am the Residential Studio Director at RDL Architects, and we're here today to talk about 5115 The Rising in Slavic Village. As you enter Slavic Village, you're coming through this gateway, and the very first thing you see is now 5115 The Rising, and I think it's such a strong representation of what this neighborhood was historically and what it's building back to be. The project sits on a primary artery that runs through the neighborhood, and we developed a plan that would create that urban street frontage along Broadway Avenue. And then also we had to look at how do we address sort of the scaling back to the residential neighborhoods behind the development. What we came up with was two separate apartment buildings that fronted Broadway Avenue. Collectively, they house 78 apartment units, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. So to sort of scale back into the residential neighborhoods, we have townhomes on the side streets that address the side streets again. So you're going from a 4-story apartment building, scaling down to these townhomes. The site sits in an urban form overlay district within the city of Cleveland, and that basically means that there are design requirements where we have to have a certain amount of glazing. That again stresses that pedestrian, inviting feel. For this project, we were the architect, design architect. We did a lot of the planning involved in the early stages, and we also did the interior design. One thing that we did for these corner units, we wanted the living space to be at the corner as the primary focus. So we sort of enter in from the side, we pass the bedrooms, but then it opens up into this great space with a bunch of natural light. This is an affordable housing project, so there was always this fine balance between the cost and the visual impact of the architecture. The ground floor has all commercial space because in this urban area, it was important to have that addressing what is consistent along Broadway Avenue. Our client, the NRP Group, teamed up with University Settlement, which had decided to relocate their headquarters into these two buildings. So one of the unique factors of this project is that we were able to utilize our area of expertise in our placemaking studio, our residential studio, our commercial studio, and our interior design studio. And each studio has their specialty that they work in. And what we were able to do is have every group focus on what they're strongest in doing. So our interior design team came in and they worked with the ownership to select all of the interior finishes, the artwork, the furniture. There's this growing desire and demand to not just produce housing, but produce quality housing that lasts. So there's just been a push from the neighborhood development and from the city of Cleveland itself to revitalize this community.